a deep call from address.
It's your boy, Blind Adam, the comic pimp, riding one more time in prime time in the Awesome Sauce Studios. How you all doing? I'm doing well. Gonna be a quick episode today because I had a very long day doing stuff for Project X. I had some meetings, did some secret handshakes, went boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom. They made me do like a hat dance, and there's even the reach around of doom. But Project X is going well, and soon, very, very, very soon, I will reveal what Project X is. But I feel very, very, very blessed. This is episode Awesome Sauce Comics number 29. I thank you all for, sharing in the journey for 29 episodes now. I thank you for being a loving and awesome sauce family. And all together we will testify. I'd like to first say off, and I got this tip from comicsheatingup.net. You may all want to pick up your copies of Justice League number 41. I'm not going to spoil it. I can't believe this was done. But, what's up with that, Mr. Jeff Jones? I know you like to, kill characters and whatnot, but damn! So, if I was you, you don't have to pick it up right away. I think, this is something in the Dark Side Wars that no one saw coming. Once again, call 1-888-COMIC-BOOK, the comic book store locator, and go to your local comic book shop, or go to good place like mycomicshop.com, or Things from Another World, even Mile High, and Midtown Comics, which is a good friend of the show, and just snag yourself a couple copies of Justice League number 41. Ta-ha! Bing! But a Dark Side War is just awesome sauce! Like I said, if the studio looks messy, I apologize. I didn't have time to make the bed today. If I'm leaning into the camera or my head's not floating right, I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock at night now. I'm working on 3 hours of sleep because I had to write a story from someone who paid me good money to write the story. And then I had a meeting. Alright? So sue me. Alright? Testify! Yeah. But another comic book I'm digging this week is Archie Comics number 666. Now this is a crossover between Afterlife with Archie and regular Archie. Probably the only time it's ever going to be done because it's issue 666. The number of the beast. Well, I'm not going to do the Iron Maiden thing, even though that is Iron Maiden's greatest album of all time. A lot of the new DC books are out. The big one, Batman 41, comes out next week. But even though I think the issue of Action Comics where Lois Lane out at Superman as Clark Kent, pretty sweet stuff. Comic books are just awesome. They're amazing. It's like what Julian Carroll said. They really do open up, a whole new world where anything and everything is possible. And that's why I think comic books are the greatest art form of all time. I testify to that effect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's awesome. It's amazing. But, Secret Wars #3 came out. Not sure how I'm feeling about the Secret Wars event yet. I'm having fun with it. But I don't know. It's gonna be some great. Actually, anyone who wants to pick up a never really, really great comic to make the money on the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows #1 J. Scott Campbell variants. I'm gonna say go with the the one with the Mary Jane variant by J. Scott Campbell. If you look at history, and then pick up the black and white version. Even though the color one is pretty sweet too. But it's J. Scott Campbell. It's Mary Jane on the cover. No one draws beautiful women more like Mary Jane. So there's 2 comics I think that we can really make some great money with. That being these. But you got your other. He's done a lot of Spidey covers. You look at your Amazing Spidey 606 and 607s. Superior Spider-Man 19 Black Cat variants. The Venom variant he did. That Black Widow #1 variant he did. J. Scott Campbell variants rule. But Amazing Spider-Man 31 in 32. I think even 30 with the J. Michael Straczynski run. The first appearance of Moreland. There's a lot of J. Scott Campbells in that run that are $3 to $5 books. That I think you could start making the $1 down for the ha. One of my favorites is the Spider-Man #50, not the Kingpin appearance, but the one where Mary Jane comes back into Peter's life. Great cover, great comic to speculate on. But I really get waiting for next week. This Image Comics puts out Starve #1, which is about celebrity chefs in a Hunger Games scenario where they just beat the shit out of one another. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's basically my comic book talk. Like I said, I didn't do much of that. I didn't really go on many of the websites. Just been taking care of business with the Awesome Sauce Studios and the Awesome Sauce Comics, network here. But I did see something interesting. As we know, Grant Gustin is killing it as the Flash. And everyone's got season 2 predictions with the fact that they introduced the multiverse in episode 23. But the one rumor that was debunked by comicbookmovies.com, and I'm sad about this because I thought it was really cool, and maybe it was debunked purposely by, Valenti and Kreisberg and Jeff Jones. I guess it could still happen, maybe. Who knows? But the rumor was that Tom Welling was going to reprise his role as Clark Kent from Smallville and be in season 2 of The Flash. And I got to thinking. I can't help it. I'm a fan of the Macho Man. I couldn't resist. The Macho Man Randy Savage, one of the greatest wrestlers of the 1980s and 1990s. But I was thinking, you got the parallel worlds. That could really work. Because in that world, you did have Bart Allen. He was introduced in Smallville Season 4, Episode 5. The episode is called Run. And now he came back for one of the Justice League, that Justice League episode, and I think it was in Season 6. They did have Green Arrow from Season 6 to Season 10, who was portrayed by Justin Hartley. or Harley, or whatever the hell you pronounce it. Like, I can pronounce names now. Fuck that. You know, you know, but I think it would be cool, because that's the way you can bring Superman into the DC television universe without having to rely on Henry Connick, without having to rely on since Warner Brothers is so intent on keeping movies and TV separated, I think this is awesome sauce! An awesome sauce stroke of genius. You know, bring in Tom Holland, because then maybe you can have a cameo by Allison Mack as Chloe Sullivan one more time. And you can have Erica Cadorans come in as Lois Lane for one last shot. You know? But if you really want to do a television version of Flash 123, the classic, you know, Flash of Two Worlds story, where you got Jay Garrick meeting Barry Allen for the first time, we all know that Jay Garrick's probably going to make his way into Season 2. Hopefully he's portrayed by John Leslie Shipp. That would just be awesome sauce! But I was thinking. And, you know, what if you will, you know, because Amanda Pays, who's just so amazing as Tina McGee in the 1990s Flash TV show, and it was so awesome to see her back as Tina McGee in Season 1 of The Flash. You know, you got Amanda Pays, and you got Jen Leslie Shipp already in the show as Henry Allen and as Tina McGee. Mark Hamill did do that one-off Trickster episode, The Tricksters, so you get him to come back. I'm sure you can get, like, David Cassidy to come in as a Mirror Master, or something like that. I'm sure you can get the actor who played Pike to come in, maybe. Or Alex you know, the guy who played Julio Mendez to come in. But what if you will, if one of the parallel universes, you had the continuity of the original 1990 CBS TV Flash show, and you could have John Leslie Shipp play the Flash one more time? Wouldn't that be awesome? You could have Grant Gustin and John Leslie Shipp both playing the Flash at the same time, and it would be the television version of the Flashes of Two Worlds. And I just think it would be awesome. You could have Tina McGee from that universe, who is basically, you know, that show's version of Harrison Wells or Caitlin Snow, interact at a really, really cool level. Maybe you could have Michael Genovese one more time come in as Lieutenant Garfield. Because, I mean, Michael Genovese as Lieutenant Garfield was just, I loved his performances. You know, in that character. You know, and once again, I forget the actor's names, but bring in Officer Murphys and Bellows for one last shot. You know? I really, really like the idea that you could maybe play around with a lot of different television universes within the DC universe, too. Unfortunately, you know, I think Adam West and Burt Ward are a little too old to do it with the 1966 television Batman. And at this time, I think Jack Larson is the only living cast member left of The Adventures of Superman. You know, so I'm not sure, but this, you know, it works perfectly to do the Flash of Two Worlds. I would have a geek orgasm if that happened. Yeah, I said it. Geek orgasm. Testify, geekasm. Geekasms of awesome sauce proportions. Yeah. Geekgasms of awesome sauce proportions. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Mr. Lufa. Okay, Mr. Lufa. Does anyone know if the actor who played Otis is still alive? I should IMDb that shit. He'd be a great interview for the show. But I do have an interview I'm working on it for a future episode, which I'm not allowed to talk about yet, because all the I's aren't dotted and the T's aren't crossed. But I'm excited for that to be happening, and I ask that you'll keep your fingers crossed for me. You know, but, you know, but my big question to the audience, and you can leave a voicemail at 201-675-2104, or you can email comicpimpvip@gmail.com. What? Let's just say, you know, Greg Valenti and Alex Kreisberg do decide the crossover of our DC television continuities as a parallel universe. Which one will make you have a geekgasm of awesome sauce proportions? Mine is in the top. I have a top two, because everything else was animated and it wouldn't work. It would be The Flash of the 1990s, and then Smallville. And with that, I'm really tired. I'm going to say keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Blind Adam, out!
Stop recording 16. Stop recording button. Enter.